In his extremely lengthy speech, Trump had a lot of time to spew his vitriol and his nonsense. Let's zoom in on the nonsense because Trump's RNC acceptance speech was full of lies. Surprise. We'll show you an expert of Daniel Dale's lightning fast fact check in a moment, but here is just one of the lies he told during his speech to give you an idea of the level of dishonesty that we're actually dealing with. Here's what he said. He said the jobs that are created under Biden, 107% of those jobs are taken by illegal aliens. Since President Biden took office in January 2021, the number of US-born workers has increased by 7.8 million. Over the same period, the number of foreign-born workers in the US rose by 5.5 million. I don't even know what to do with 107%. Like, even if I was trying to lie, I wouldn't even think to come up with something like 107%. Like, how does that make sense to anyone? He's obviously just more creative than I am, though. But anyway, as promised, here is Daniel Dale.
The whole world was at peace, and now the world is blowing up around us.
This is false. Trump did not achieve world peace when he was president, certainly wasn't at peace when he left office. There were active wars or armed conflicts in dozens of nations in 2020, a 51 by one research institution's count. I could go on for a while, but I don't have time because there were so many other false claims. So let's adjust some of those, not even all of them. He repeated his usual lie about Democrats having cheated in the 2020 election. It's nonsense. He said crime is going up. The opposite is true. It's gone sharply down in 2023 and early 2024. Is now lower than it was under Trump in 2020. He said we have the worst inflation we've ever had. Again, not even close. It is 3% right now. The US record is 23.7%. He said there was no inflation under him. It was low, of course, but not non-existent. He said Democrats are proposing to quadruple people's taxes. That is imaginary. He said his tax cut was the largest in American history, not even close again. He said the Biden administration does nothing to stop migrants. Well, the administration tried to get Congress to pass a bill to tighten the border. And after Trump himself helped to kill that bill, Biden took executive action to tighten the border.
That was impressive. As you can imagine, with a 93-minute speech, we can't possibly show you all of the fact checks, but I think we covered the most important ones there. So, quick rundown. In his speech, he lied about world peace, the 2020 election, crime rates, inflation, taxes, immigration, foreign policy, gas prices, and trade. Adrienne, I'm skeptical that even with these fact checks, Trump voters are going to care. We know how they think and how they function by now. Trump can say whatever he wants and the facts just don't matter to them. And I've already seen them asking why, places like CNN and NBC, why they don't fact check Biden and the Democrats like this, just completely overlooking the actual context of the fact check themselves. How do you think this is going to impact the overall election, if it will at all?
Oh, it's not going to impact it at all. His entire brand is fabrications. That's exactly what he does. He lies, he manipulates, he cajoles, and his minions seem to love it. It's so weird to me because even individuals who are not necessarily signed on for his cult in a way that this is blind loyalty, the educated individuals who know better still co-sign and allow this behavior. Why individuals enjoy being lied to is beyond me, but we've seen this continue to be really his way of doing business. This is who he is as a president. And the fact that Americans are okay with being lied to, that they're okay with being misled by this individual who is shown to engage in criminality is, again, completely and totally beyond me. But it really speaks to the deficiencies in terms of the intellect of Americans, and that's scary.
The video will continue in just a moment, but first I have a message for you. TYT needs your help. Membership is vital to survival. So please go to tyt.com/team and become a member today.
Yeah, I mean, that's a whole conversation that we could have about that. It really is. I think it's concerning how we have kind of lost our ability as a country to discern fact from fiction. And then whenever we can make those discernments, we kind of don't care about them because we've already aligned ourselves with one side or the other. So real quick, I want to discuss one other statement because within all of the lies, there is a truth that he does not want discussed, classic misdirection. During the speech, Trump claimed that he passed the biggest tax cuts ever, which is true, kind of, only only for corporate tax cuts, which he did slash by 14%. When it comes to an individual's taxes, though, it's a completely different story. We have a chart. I love a chart. Let's look at where the benefits of Trump's signature achievement actually went. Oh, look, it's the top 1% by quite a bit, $61,000 compared to $13,000 for just the next tier down. It's almost as if that was by design. And just to be clear, nothing trickled down. Let's take a look at this. Executives earning nearly $1 million a year saw increases of $50,000 compared to everyone else who saw next to nothing. All right, Adrienne, do you think there's any way to effectively communicate this kind of information to Trump supporters? We've given them the facts, but they don't seem to want them. These same Trump supporters love to remind the rest of us also that facts don't care about feelings, but they seem to be really in their feelings over this.
Oh, absolutely. And no, they don't. It's almost like it's some kind of just inability to process accurate information. But the thing is, I don't think that they want it. They want to believe this narrative about this man so strongly that they're willing to sacrifice their future, their economic livelihood, all of these things that will be impacted because of Donald Trump. They're okay with embracing that, even though it's proven, it is fact that he is out here to take care of the 1%. Why they feel that they relate to this man, that he represents the everyday common man. Again, it just tells you how delusional people are, and they are going to end up voting to their detriment, to their own demise. And unfortunately, it'll take the rest of us down with it, the way things seem to be going.
Yeah, I always thought that that was very impressive, the way that Trump, this guy who's grown up as a billionaire, basically, and how the way that he was able to convince the people of Middle America that somehow he's one of them. He's never lived in Middle America. He lived in New York his whole life. He has his whole resort estate thing, Mar-a-Lago in Florida. And he's always been in big business. He's always been around these very influential people. And somehow the people of Middle America think that he is one of them. Not just that he's one of them, but that he's going to look out for them. And it's never made any sense to me. But Trump is, if anything, he's great at branding. He's great at messaging, and he sticks to message, and he knows what works, and he just kind of harps on what works. And I really wish the Democrats would take a note from him, at least on that part. Any last thoughts, Adrienne?
No, not really. I just kind of really hope that individuals who follow Trump and believe in him, that they don't need to suffer before they see the light, because the light is here, it is shining, and it shouldn't be disregarded, especially when you will suffer at the end of the day.
Thanks for watching our video. Did you know that you can support our show by becoming a subscriber? Just click the subscribe button and also ring the bell so that you get notifications when we're live or when we post new content.